Ancient Egyptian history, which is somehow it is so connected to our book of Genesis. It speaks about the creation of life. If you'd like to sit down, you could sit down. I will talk for something like 10, 15 minutes. So, the beginning say, in the beginning there were nothing. It was darkness, it was silence, it was nothing move, it was only water. Nothing more, nothing less. And the Egyptian called it the unlimited eternal ocean. And then God started to create things. When he started to create things, he creates earth and sky, and he creates life. How he creates life in the concept of the Egyptian. First, the first piece of land appeared from the water, so it looks like if you take a look at a mountain covered by water, so what you see from the mountain is only the top, like the iceberg idea, okay? And the top of the mountain, it is the pyramid shape. And then God creates the first creation, which is looks like a duck. It's a bird with a white color, and this bird give an egg, and that's why they say the first creation is the egg, and then everything is when they say creator, they say it was an egg, and when they say someone had been creating something or life or something like that, it's represented by the egg. And we still use that in our Easter, celebrating with chocolate egg.
The question, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Not the chicken, not the egg, the creator. Who create both of them?
There we go, I can test that.
So, then we have coming out from this egg what we called it atom. A-T-U-M. Atom. He create for himself feminine and masculine. So he is both together, and he create from himself both. So he felt, let us say, pouring for a long time, and then all of a sudden he sneeze and he spit. When he sneeze, he give air, and when he spit, he give water, which we called it Shu, air, and Tifnu. Shu and Tifnut, those became two elements of life. And we got the earth, that is the third element, and we got the sky, or the fire, which is later became the fire, that is the fourth element. And then God, or atom, as they called it, he creates two, one representing male, one representing female. The one male called Jeb, G-I or G-E-B. And the one which is representing female is called Nut. Jeb and Nut, they were completing each other's, and that's why they were merging in one, and they were stuck together for a long time. And then God would like to separate them, or atom would like to separate them. Sorry if I'm using the word God. How he separate them? He make Shu and Tifnut, which is the air and the water, go between both of them, separating them from each other. So we have earth down, Jeb, and we have a sky up, Nut. You remember the one we saw yesterday, bent it over like that, called Nut. And then Jeb, he is the male vision of it. Both of them, when they were together like that, they create couples, two couples. One couple called Osiris and Isis. Those are Greek names, not ancient Egyptian names. And the second couple called Nephthys and Set. Osiris represent one couple representing the good part of human being, the second couple representing the bad part of human being. And as we say before, both of them are together. No one is pure good, no one is pure evil. But making the balance between both of them, that's what makes life exist and goes on. So, Osiris, he is the good one. He is the one who knows how to build a house, He is the one who know how to cultivate the land. He is the one who know how to love and appreciate his wife. He is the one who know all the good manners. Set, they called him Set. And when they write it down with a knife and a piece of land. He is the cutter. He is the one who is cutting things. He is a destroyer. He is the one who demolishes things. So he is the one which is representing evil, bad, Satan. And this one here is envy his brother, or envy his second half, because his second half much better than him. So that's why Osiris, as a good one, prevailed, and everyone loved him, and he was blessed. Everything he touched, like if he touched a piece of earth, it became green, and then a flower comes out of it, and then a nice smell, and then a bird come down to use this flower. So when he is exist, blessing exists. The other one, anywhere he go and touch it, it became fire and burned by fire, because he is representing bad, evil. So Osiris would like to be, or supposed to be, the king of the world. To be the king of the world, he had to sit over the throne. And in Egypt, to sit over the throne, no single man sit over the throne. So he had to marry. And in his coronation day, supposed to be his marriage day or wedding party. And in the same day, while he is sitting over the throne of Egypt, while he is celebrating, his second half, or his brother, Set, the evil one, would like to get rid of his brother. So what he do? He make a coffin made out of gold, the first coffin made out of gold, and he give it as a gift to his brother. By his fire power, or controlling the fire, he melted down the gold and made a coffin made out of it. And because he don't like to, push his brother to use it, he says that he will make like a contest between the people who are attending the ceremony, and everyone will try the sarcophagus or the coffin, and the one it will fit his body, he will take it for himself. He knows very well it will not fit anyone except his own second half or his own brother. So when Osiris come to try and lay down inside the coffin, Osiris used his power back again and make the gold melted back again. The lid and the box itself melted together, and now Osiris is stuck inside it and he can't go out. He is asking his demons to carry this box and carry it all the way to the river Nile and throw it in the river Nile in the flooding period. By this way, the water of the river Nile washed away and carried the coffin, and no one know where is Osiris anymore. And sit over the throne of the earth and the world, and he say that he is the king of the world. That's what make his wife, which is until now she is only like his fiancée, but they didn't marry yet, and that's why we call her Virgin Isis, because they didn't marry yet. She changing her body, as we saw yesterday in the picture of her, with feathers, two big wings. She became like a vulture and flying in the whole land of Egypt, searching for the sarcophagus. Until she discovers that it's a sarcophagus, it goes outside of the land of Egypt to what we call it now Phoenicia, which is Lebanon in that ancient time, or nowadays. So she goes to there. Osiris, as we say, he is a good one. So anything he go, plantation grow up, good things happened. So when the sarcophagus landed to the earth or the shore, so a big oak tree start to grow around it. Osiris knows that is this oak tree, it got the spirit of Osiris. So she goes to try to abstract his spirit and his body out of the tree. When she is doing that, Set, the evil one, he knows about the story, and he brings his demons, and he got a very big hand axe in his hand, and he cut the tree. When he start to cut the tree start to bleed blood. It is the blood of Osiris, which is covering the whole land and makes the whole land with a green color. And that's what gives the land of Egypt and Phoenicia and the area between them a green land. And that's why when you go to Israel, you will find that you have like a water river in the middle, which is the river of Jordan, and the area, it's a nice green area. In Lebanon there is another nice green area, and in Egypt you have a nice green area. But in between you have some places are desert. Those are the places which is the blood of Osiris didn't touch it. Any place the blood of Osiris touched it, it became a green, nice land, and the rest are desert. So now Set would like to get rid of Osiris once and for all. So he cut the body of Osiris for 14 pieces, and he buried and hid every one single piece in a location. A hidden location, nobody know where it is. But his wife, she insists, or his fiancée, sorry to use the term wife, she's not his wife yet. She would like to search for him and find him. And she was helping, or by the help of her sister, which she was the wife of Set, and she redeemed to be a good lady. And she became, with her sister Isis, the two protector goddess. And they are going all the way, searching in everywhere. So when they go to the desert, they change their bodies to become a cobra or a serpent, so they could walk on the sand, and goes under the sand to search for the organ of the Osiris. When they go to a lake, they transfer their bodies to become hippo, but it is not the bad hippo. We speak about it yesterday. It is a female hippo to search under the water for the organs of Osiris. She succeeded to gather 13 pieces out of the 14, and there is one piece missing. I'm sorry, this piece which is missing, it is the penis of Osiris. So by this way, Osiris is a dead person and he has no penis. And that is very important in our story. She gathers the body back. When she got one piece, she put some perfume oil in it to prevent it from analysis, and she covered it with a piece of textile or fabric from her own dress, which is made out of linen, and she rolled it very well. And when she got, like, let us say, the arm and the torso, she attached it to each other's. And when she got the rest arm, she attached it back. And by this way, we got the first idea of mummification and preserving the body after death. And then, when she finished all of that, she got the 13 pieces. She take the body and she take it all the way to one location where she find the last part. The last part she found it was here, in this area, in this island, or in this location. And this one was the left leg. And the left leg, it is the one which has got the very long, big vein which is pumping the blood. And that's why, that is the reason of the flood. The flood started from here. They believe the waves of the flood are the balls of the blood coming out from the leg of Osiris. And when Isis find the leg, it was the last piece, so she wept, she cried, and out of her tears and the blood of Osiris, we got the flood of the river Nile. So the water, it is the tears of Isis, and the salt, the red salt and the black salt, it is the blood of Osiris. That's what creates the Egyptian civilization. She gathered the whole 13 pieces and organs, and she fly up to the sky, praying to Ra to give life back to her husband. But Ra say no. Who passed away will not be resurrected, and if he resurrects, he will not be with you here, he will be in heaven, in a different dimension. You will not be able to have him life back. So she used her magical power as one of the superior generation, and she transferred her body to become like a vulture. And she stopped or stand and flying over his body and moving her wings very, very fast. And by this way, they believe, that's what we called it, became pregnant without intercourse. I'm sorry if I'm using bad terms, forgive me, okay? So by this way, she became pregnant spiritually, not physically, by the son of Osiris, which is later will be called Horus. And all of that happened in this area. And that's why they call this place the island of love, and that is their name in Philae in the Greek language. Now she became pregnant. She ran away from this area, going to the bushes of the delta where we have the papyrus tree, big reeds, so she could hide in the delta. And when she hid in the delta for a period of time, until she come to delivering the baby. When she come to deliver the baby, she goes to the bushes of the delta, where the river Nile, and sat inside the water and delivered him as a crocodile. And then that's the story I speak about it yesterday. And then he fly all the way up to the sky and became a falcon. And then he came down as a lion, walking in the desert. And after that, he became a human being in her lap. And she was feeding him, breastfeeding him, and he is suckling milk from her. When he starts suckling milk from her, she take two different visions. One is a human being, a lady, a nice lady, sitting over a throne, and she's carrying her baby and feeding him. And the second shape is a cow, and the cow is feeding him. And this cow, what we called it later, Hathor, the goddess cow. The one you saw it in Hatshepsut temple, and Hatshepsut feeding her with food. What I'm saying now, that's why I'm calling this story the book of Genesis of the Egyptian history. You know everything and you understand the connection between gods and things like that, or the mythology of Egypt, if you understand this story. So she delivered the baby. Now he became a falcon, so he has a control on the air and the sky. He became a crocodile, so he controlled the water and the underwater world. He became a lion, so he controlled the desert of Egypt. And he became a baby of a human being, so he controlled the earth and all human beings. And by this way, he is controlling, and he is the king of the world, getting the title from his father back again. As his father supposed to rule the world, now he is entitled to rule the world. Both Isis and Hathor raised Horus very well in the bushes of the delta. And then when he became an adult, 16 years old, they would like to declare him as a successor of his father. But no one knew that Isis was pregnant. No one could understand that she succeeded to become pregnant while her husband is dead and he has no penis. So that is makes some people agree and some people disagree. And that's why Horus had to show his power in front of the people. His uncle, Set, was against him. So they have a big conflict and a big fight. Different times, different periods, and we have like a council of gods who are the judges, and everyone would like to show his case by a nice way to one the verdict in the end, which will give the authority of ruling the world to one of them, Horus or Set. Usually the story ended that is the conflict is not ended yet, and one of them, which is Horus, he's stabbing Set in his back or in his belly, and he's stabbing him with a spear, and in the same moment Set is putting his finger in the eye of Horus and he take his eye off. That's why Isis, which she is a goddess and she got all the magical power, but when she saw her son in a bad situation like that, she can't solve his problem. She take him to the high priest of this council of gods, which is called Tuhut. And Tuhut spit in his eye. And then Horus got a new eye. It's the one we saw it yesterday, and it looks like an eye and a Horus inside it. You remember the table we speak about it yesterday with the surgery tools, with the delivering baby's stool, and then the eye of Horus. It became a symbol of medicine, symbol of healing. Okay? And then Horus now got his eye back. Every time they try to solve the problem, it's not solved until they call the god or the main superior god of this council, which is Ra, to come down to give his verdict. So everyone stand in front of Ra and tell his story. And then Ra in the end, he say, okay, starting from now, Horus, he will be the king of the world. And he is the savior of the life of the people. And Horus, he is my son, not Osiris' son. He is my son. And starting from now, everyone would like to be in my heaven, would like to be a true believer. He had to believe in him and submit himself to his power. That is his verdict about Horus. And Horus became the triumphant one. Horus became the one who is sitting over the throne of the whole world. That's why the kings of Egypt, when they sit over the throne of Egypt, they had to call themselves Horus. They had to get the title Golden Horus, because now they are following the steps of Horus. Isis became the sponsor of the Lady of Magic, or she got the titles Lady of Magic, the symbol of motherhood in the Egyptian mythology. And she and her sister, they are taking care of the mummification dead bodies, and they are taking care of protecting anything related to the family. Hathor became the nurse and of every kid in Egypt, and everyone, his fate to be a happy kid or a bad one, it is in the hand of Hathor. Set, the evil one, will always be under control of another power. So he is always as a crocodile under the water. So the water push him. Or he is a hippo, a male hippo, also under the water. So the power of the river Nile controlling him. And if he is in a shape of an animal, he could be a donkey, or as they call this the desert's ass, or he could be an ants eater. You know the ants eater? So he's always looking down. He never look up, because if he look up to the Ra will burn him in a minute. So, and he became the bad, evil part. Osiris will be in heaven, and he is the Lord of, or the king of the second world. And he is the one he is sitting in the final